It doesn't smell cakey, it doesn't weigh you down. There's a lot of you guys said that you had a lot of compliments from this fragrance. There was a time when, oh gosh, I feel a bit embarrassed to say this, but welcome back guys, welcome back to a new video. In today's video, it's just basically like a spotlight video on a fragrance that I've been loving recently. Like honestly, I've been wearing it every day, and now that the weather is kind of changing a little bit, please God, I feel as though I can wear it a little bit more often, with it just being a really easy to go everyday niche scent. So if you guys want to find out more about this fragrance, why it's so amazing, then just keep watching. Also, I'm so excited, I finally filmed my men's fragrance video, which I haven't done a male fragrance video in maybe like 2 or 3 years, so I'm hoping that you guys enjoy that one. I did bring, well, I kind of dragged my boyfriend onto it, so hopefully you'll enjoy that. But anyway, let's get straight into the video. So the fragrance that we're reviewing today is from the house of Nobile 1942, and this is called, oh gosh, I'm gonna butcher this. One of you guys kindly commented on one of my last videos how to pronounce this name, so I'm hoping that I'll do it justice. La Danza delle Libellule, which translates to the dance of the dragonflies from Italian to English. It's a really beautiful Italian brand, and this is how the box looks like. It was kindly sent to me from the Scent City. And if you guys have never heard of the Scent City, they are an incredible niche online perfume store. If you guys are into more like harder to find and also relatively special Italian brands, for example, European brands, then they offer some incredible choices. A lot from Nobile 1942, Boys 1920, a fantastic selection, and they have amazing Trustpilot reviews. That's something that I really wanted to make sure that obviously they had really great feedback, which they do. What's so amazing about this particular store is they do have, so they sell samples, but they also sell the full bottle. So if you guys want to support me, I have an affiliate code linked down below. Obviously, I love doing YouTube, I love doing perfume content, and I want to give you guys an opportunity to find some really beautiful fragrances. If you do want to support me, whether that's buying a sample of this, or if you already love it and you want to buy a bottle or some other fragrances that you have on your mind or on your wish list, then just click the link down below. And also, I forgot to mention, they ship worldwide, which I think is fantastic, because I think in the UK we're kind of spoiled when it comes to different brands for fragrances, but I know abroad, whether that's going to the US, North America, I know that sometimes it can be a struggle getting specific brands into that country, and it can be quite expensive. So I would definitely check out the link down below. I will say is that this fragrance is popular for a reason. I believe this is their bestseller out of their entire range. It might have been launched maybe around about 2011, but I just thought I would show you guys the packaging. I just thought the bottle looked incredible. You can really see how gorgeous it is. It has like this beautiful gold plaque in the front and then embossing all around. It kind of has like a bit of a mystical feel about it. Can only say maybe a handful of different perfumes in my collection have this type of quality in terms of the packaging itself. Not that packaging is everything, but let's be real guys. I mean, especially if you have a vanity and if you like collecting fragrances, then I think this is a fantastic option. And also, I know this is such a side note, but I've been obsessed with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm on season 7, 25 years late, right? But you know, I'm watching it now. If you guys have watched Buffy, you know, like all of the things that go on. My heart, season 7 has just been a bit of a whirlwind so far. But what it really reminded me of in a really strange way is, you know how Willow and Tara, they're obviously witches, but they have like a very mystical kind of fantasy decorative type of style. That's kind of what it really reminds me of. Has this mystical feel, and I absolutely adore it. Now, the first thing that I will say is this is a very easy to wear fragrance. I mean, I have featured it already in my signature fragrance video, but it can definitely take you from day to night, and it has really good performance. I've been wearing this non-stop just to give you guys an honest review, and the longevity is pretty good. It does change a lot throughout the day. So at first spritz, you definitely get a very cool, invigorating vibe from the bergamot in the beginning, and also has apple. And I know a lot of people say that it smells like apple pie, but honestly, I don't really get the apple pie vibe. To me, this is more of a fruity apple, where it's almost like you have sparkling apple juice as opposed to apple pie, if you know what I mean. I don't really get that cakey, overly gourmand type of style when it comes to this fragrance. It's really unusual because although it's sweet and slightly gourmand, it doesn't have a heavy feeling to it. It doesn't smell cakey, it doesn't weigh you down. It almost has like a spongy airiness to this, because the main note in this fragrance is vanilla, but vanilla can sometimes be a little bit harsh, sometimes a bit nauseating. This, on the other hand, has like a completely different effect to me. To me, it's very airy, light wearing, easy to wear, and with like this almost effervescent type of vibe to it. It's so airy and fluffy, and that's what I love about it. I really like gourmands, but I don't like them to weigh me down throughout the day, and that's why I said this is a great everyday fragrance, because if you want to smell, you know, fruity, fresh and invigorating in the top, like in the beginning of the day, but also like a bit warm and enveloping towards the end, then I think this is a really great choice. I'm also just going to read the notes, because I find when brands list notes, I always feel as though I'm picking up something a little bit different, so I'm just going to list them for you. So top notes are apple and bergamot, heart notes are cinnamon and cacao, which is quite interesting. And then base notes is cedarwood, vanilla and musk. I'm just going to spray a little bit here just to remind me again. What's really interesting about this is it definitely has like this clean white musk, but I'm also getting something a little bit tropical in here, and I don't know where that's coming from. To me, it almost feels like something creamy, like a white floral, almost like tiare flower, is in this fragrance. I know it's not listed, but that's kind of what I'm getting out of this. As I said, it has like this creamy tropical kind of feel to it in a really beautiful way. What I did notice as well is they do sell the extrait version on Scent City, and just as a whole they have an extrait version. So if you're a fan of maybe something a bit deeper and richer, maybe if you want something that is a little bit thicker, then maybe the extrait version is for you. I quite like the fact that it's, you know, fluffy, easy to wear, not too overwhelming. Some people might disagree with me, and maybe they want that kind of like apple pie richness. So if you do want something a bit richer, a bit deeper, if you do want that more gourmand type of vibe, I'd almost suggest going for the extrait version. And based on my last video, what I found really interesting is a lot of you guys said that you had a lot of compliments from this fragrance, that you've also worn it and you really love it. So clearly it's a popular fragrance for a reason. And if you've never tried it before, as I said, just click the link down below. You can grab yourself a sample, and if you really enjoy it, you can even buy yourself a fragrance. And also, getting onto the price now, I thought for the price it was actually quite great, because this is a 75ml eau de parfum, and it lasts me a fairly decent amount of time. I've worn it and I feel as though I don't need to spray that much. Typically for me, it's anywhere between 3 to 5 sprays. I don't like to overdo it because, quite frankly, I don't want to be overwhelming people around me. I know a lot of people might disagree with me, but I feel as though there needs to be some type of etiquette, especially when it comes to fragrances. There was a time when, oh gosh, I feel a bit embarrassed to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I was on the train, there was a woman next to me, and you guys know I absolutely adore fragrances, but this woman had oversprayed this fragrance, and the notes in this fragrance really did not agree with me whatsoever. It was incredibly musky, very overwhelmingly sweet, and very cloying, to the point where I was tempted to change seats because it was that overwhelming for me and nauseating. I've never had that type of experience before. So since that day, I've always been really careful in terms of how much I spray. Obviously, you still want people to smell you and compliment you, and that's the whole reason behind wearing fragrances. You want to smell good and you want to be noticed, but at the same time, you know, as soon as you start interrupting people's personal space with maybe a fragrance that they don't enjoy, it does make it a little bit less enjoyable, I must admit. And that's why I said I think this is fantastic, because for the fact that you can get away with 3 to 5 sprays and that will last you throughout the day, the price point at 130 for a 75ml really isn't that bad. If you compare it to, say, luxury designer fragrances, this is really well priced, and as I said, it will last you a while. So if you've never tried it, please guys, visit Scent City, and I'm really intrigued to see what you guys have to say about this fragrance, if you've already tried it, if you're buying the extrait version, etc. So yeah, that is, oh gosh, I'm always going to butcher this, La Danza delle Libellule. So guys, that's it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed. I just wanted to make it short, sweet, nice, to the point, because you know, I'm going to be doing spotlight videos more often. I feel if there's a fragrance that deserves a spotlight, I will always do like a more dedicated video. Everything is linked down below, so if you guys want to check that out, you can check the Scent City. I also have that new fragrance video coming up this Saturday, which I really hope that you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye guys.